Hey, this is Nick from Remedy667.com, the best place on the internet for horror-themed typefaces and fonts. So we're going to be diving back into our Horror Font Friday font of Spine Tinglers. Yeah. So I'm going to put on headphones and maybe not. Maybe, you know what? I'm not going to put on headphones. I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and just start in with what we would originally do right after numbers, which is where we left off in our last episode. Draw the line there. You've seen this before. We go up into it. That probably shouldn't have... There we go. That was much better. I'm actually going to... That drip that's right there has to go. I know. It was cool. It worked for the E. But it doesn't work for what is going to happen with some of these letters. And this number. So, back near the end of 2025, I had actually tried to turn these videos into like a monthly release or a weekly release, you know, and you could get the fonts. And they were around for like that month until I started on the next month. But like only a couple people really got into it. So I was like, this is a lot of work. And I'm still releasing the monthly release on the 13th, right? So I was like, this is a lot of work. I can't. I'm going to push these to the side because those are the future. I'm going to go ahead and affect warp arc on that. Affect warp arc. Let's do this one at -50. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I feel like it doesn't waste time, but it takes a little bit longer. It adds time to what I'm doing. And we're all about optimization over here at Remedy667's. Optimized, make a font as fast as you can. Object expand. This is where you get caught up. You start thinking and then you just lose it. And I will just sit here and let my brain drip while you yell at the screen telling me where the button is, and I can't hear you. Like a person in a horror film walking towards the door to the basement. All right, I'm turning off the guides. Well, turning off so I don't move them. I accidentally ungrouped that. Regroup it. All right, so the C and the R going to come in fast and fast. I apologize for having a sniffly nose. It's actually last Friday here. in my universe, in the YouTube sphere, and it has been raining all day, and it has been cold. But at least it's not snow today. But who knows what tomorrow will bring. All right. So that side's going to go there. This needs smoothed out just a little bit. I think I'm going to leave that. I like that coming to a point like that there. That actually all looks fine to me. Just going to... Maybe that was a bad move, bringing it down that far. That feels better. Group that. Do you know what comes after that? Excitement. All right. This is one of my favorite parts. So we take the top and the bottom, and we're going to get them pretty close to the same width, height, question mark. You know what's fun is, you know, we were just doing the original font like 10 minutes ago, or, you know, whenever I uploaded the video before this, but this is all flowing so well. Can deconstruct, cut into thirds ish, reconstruct, smooth, smooth. My nose itches and it's sniffly. I'm a terrible friend. Push that out of the way. This is going to become our equals sign. And because it's our equal sign, it's going to be a little bit thinner. Group, duplicate. Here's where it goes fast. You ready? Switch the top around. Get it even with the middle, even with that. Duplicate both of those. This one's going to go here. Delete that because the top and the middle are different now. That's why that works as a plus minus. That's... Get out of my way. The multiply is taking over the city. We are going to cut right there and cut right there. What? Sorry. The multiply symbol was trying to make me look bad in front of all of you. I thought we were friends. It's okay. It's okay. Group that, and that is that section. Bam, right from the favorite section to the least favorite section. Just kidding. Well, it looks like we probably need an equal sign for that. So let's select those. Command F12. I don't know what's on my desktop. A bunch of fonts I was in the middle of making. And this is symbols and math. I'll go ahead and run this. And select it with those. And before I import it, and yeah, everything's right. Okay. Gotta double check it. Sometimes there'll be like one rogue point and it'll throw your whole script off. I'm so inspired by this script. It's so fun. That It's so fun. Oh, gee. The other day I was working on a font and I did the trick where I just duplicate the eye and I was like, that looks way more natural. I'm going to do that instead. So that's what I'm doing today also. And smoothing those out. And making it thinner. I'm going to make this one 18 instead of 20 this week. For the angle. Alright, so this equal sign is going to be my... Oh, my phone's doing that thing where it gives me the wrong alerts. Alright. Go ahead and drag that over. Group. Duplicate it. Just grab one of the points on there and double delete, and that'll just wipe it off the face of existence. Get us a nice little chubby dollar sign. Beautiful. Group that. Pull this over and put it there, but make it small on the not equal symbol and wheel it out a little bit just to get it from ear to ear on that O. Beautiful. All right, and we're going to duplicate that many times. Get out of my way, future problems. I'm just going to shrink it in a little bit. Whoa! I was getting a little too quick on the keyboard commands. Ooh, let's Zorro that bad mamma jamma and turn it into a circle this way. This seems like the most unnecessary. Is that end credits music? No way. Well, that's all right because it's paused up there, so it hasn't even been doing anything. So we're just gonna keep with our frozen background, and we'll just jump back a bit and get us some more background sound. All right, so with that, we already have our exclamation point, which means we already have our period. So I can reflect that. Okay. Which means I can build this kind of backwards. So look at this. Group. I messed this up right there. Group. Now watch. So there's an ellipsis is supposed to happen at the end of those. I'll forget. I know me. Let's ungroup these. And I'm going to see if I can use this for... the comma. Holy moly, come on. Just duplicate that, just like that. Slide it over a bit. You know what, I don't, because I would have made the period from that and the exclamation point, so I don't even need those anymore. Didn't even need them at all. And I figured I probably didn't, but... Group, group, whoops. You up top, duplicate. Oh, roll in, there we go. Just small it up a bit. Get that bigger, and we'll round off these sides just a tiny bit. Wow, that's like a perfect circle. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's, you know, it's like a way more spherical than any other shape. Or not even spherical, just like way more regular than any other shape in this crazy alphabet train we have going on here. All right, everything else is going to be the lightning round. So I've got one blank, I think, and I believe it is the dollar sign. So I'm just going to pull the dollar sign over because it'll be easier to work with it in components anyway to make the cent sign. How are we looking on time right now? 17 minutes. Holy moly. We are going hyperspeed apparently. I thought I'd been doing this for at least 19 minutes at this point. Group that. This is going to be the euro. I think you've probably talked about me. You've probably talked about me and how bad some of my foreign currency characters are. They're kind of... A lot of what I do in this is all kind of based on just quick stuff that I've picked up, not even over like the entire time that I've been making fonts, but just over like the last couple years of it. Like, what am I doing? That's a yen. What I'm attempting to do right here doesn't come till later. Give me this Y. You go over there. Anyway, what I was saying, this whole speed run thing is from years of like trying to figure out, you know, what's the quickest way? What's the best way to go about this? You know, my order of operations, the order of in which I draw the characters, you know. It's all a fine dance that I've been slowly figuring out. And I don't even know if I'm that good at the dance. But I enjoy it. And so help me God, I'm gonna dance. Oh, home stretch. Come on, look at all them. You know, I remember back in like 2018 going through and like trying to figure out what are the foreign characters. I remember in 2011 when I was making Glasket and a Simic and thinking to myself like, what even are the foreign characters that you would put in a font, you know? Like I remember seeing, holy shit, what was that? Seeing like other people on DA font or DeFont or what, you know, like kind of what they were doing, because that was like the place back then. People don't realize, you know, I remember finding that website back in design school and thinking like, man, it would be so cool to have some fonts on this website. And I do have fonts on that website, and they're not even really horror fonts because they've been on there forever. I read a thing that said I had over 1 million downloads on DeFont, and I was like, wow, really? Like, if I had a dime. The fact of the matter is you get like, it's all like donation based, and you probably get like, I don't know, for a while I probably got like $1 every year or two. Somebody would make a donation, and that was all up until like I want to say when Creative Market came out or got popular in like 2014 maybe. And it's funny because now you go to the grocery store and you'll look at fonts, or I don't know, grocery stores look like grocery stores, except to people like me, who I was a graphic designer for a grocery store for, you know, a couple of minutes. And I walk into a grocery store and I'm like, all the fonts I use look like when Creative Market came out. Because that's probably when they all got together and redid their grocery store design, you know. And that's when you go to like, if you go to a fancy grocery store. There's my chime. Did you see the screen glitch out on me? I almost died. Flatten that off the top. Let's see what the crew is up to. We're almost done here. That I'm going to delete. So what that character is that isn't showing up is actually this over here. And I use it as my height guide. The ordinal, I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so where are we at in here? What do we got? We've got math, it looks like, is the last thing, probably. Let's move this to the top and just take a look at our guides. That just says compound path. So math is where we left off. Let's go ahead and highlight everything, unlock our guides, and F12 gives us our script. Aftermath. This is the aftermath. And we're going to go ahead and run it. And then we're going to go ahead and check it before we import it. And now you see this? You see this mess? What are these two things here? Did I accidentally rename my guides? I did. That's going to break everything. This is why I normally keep my guides on a separate layer. Apparently not. It's a good thing that we didn't just import willy-nilly, because the aftermath would have been ludicrous. I see these are off and an error. So what's going on here? What is this character that it wants me to do? What did I miss in between the dollar sign? I missed the pound, the number sign. Ugh. How could I forget? And here I was like, this is my least favorite part. I always miss something. Ungroup that. We're going to go ahead and slide that down. Right click. These are going to get very close. Like that close. We'll go ahead and group that. Give it just a bit of an angle. Maybe move it up a bit. In a little bit. I want to angle it a little bit more, I think. Oh, I don't like this. It needs to be like smaller, I guess, like that. Yeah, it needs to be small. Let's try this again. And then we're going to have to rename the guides because everything's going to be broken. Run like the wind. That all looks good. I've got a weird error happening right here. If you see that, it's the fraction somehow ended up before that sign, but that's easy because I think it's just those two that got inverted, which means we can just run this on. We don't have to run the whole aftermath. We'll just run technical symbols. And there you go. It inverted those. That looks good. Currency looks good. Foreign looks good. And so does smalls. So let's go ahead and unlock our guides. Bring them to the top. Select the top one. So this one's going to be our baseline, and the other one's going to be our cap height. Oh, this version of Illustrator. Aftermath. Batch. And we'll just smart kern, or smart space, essentially, just so those will end up the same widths and everything as each other. And now it's the final and diacritics. And diacritics spelled backwards is friendship. So let's save this so that we can actually do the diacritics. Perfect. I didn't have to save it twice. Did you see that? Ungroup. And let's get ahead of ourselves and start it off with an umlaut, which I hear in glyphs is called a diaresis. I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say anything. I'm like the Bill Bonds of type design. I'm really good at reporting it, but I mispronounce things. Oh, yes, much better. And you know, we like to stretch these out a little bit. I'm not going to say what everything's called because you're just going to be listening to me pronounce things wrong if that happens, and that's just not fun for anybody. I got like 3 emails today from people that I don't know asking me questions about fonts. So I'm doing something right, I guess. I'm being seen. People are discovering me. Oh, I missed something. What did I miss? I missed the Hungarian umlaut. See, I space the right number of E's so that I know I will catch myself when I go forgetting stuff like that. The checks and balances are built into the process. That, my friends, is either a sign of professionalism or just somebody who's been doing this for too long and now it's time to go to sleep. Delete those. Highlight those. Oh, don't turn them on yet. That's what happened last time. We're going to have a bunch of guides named umlaut. And do you remember? Diacritics. Run it. I'm not even going to check the diacritics because I can't even see this. It's too small for me. Turn on my guides. Turn on this. Advanced. Nope. Batch. Yes. Yes. That's what we do. And we're going to import anyway. Import anyway because some are above the baseline, some are below the baseline. And it's saying, you're a maniac. You shouldn't be doing that. You got to keep it inside the baseline. But, you know, maniac's going to maniac. Save is going to save and overwrite all day. If you're still into this, maybe I'm actually going to stop now. I've been doing this for like an hour and a half or something at this point. But you want to, let's give it a little walkthrough here. We've got all of this. and then some. So this is what we just made. Beautiful, right? It's only in caps at the moment, so that's why that's weird. But Z and everything else. And I write smalls because I don't exactly know how to write my superscripts, but I think if I just go and not make 2 2s and make it superscript, that is the equivalent. Maybe. I'm not really 100% sure. That may be some open type feature or something. But anyway, that's what we made. That's everything there. So if you wanted to check some kerning, you could say, hey Nick, paste some kerning sentences in here that, for kerning quotes. But the quotes never work correctly until after I get through glyphs. So you're gonna have to stick around for next week's episode. But it's still looking all right. Cases. Like, this looks all right. But I don't know. I wasted enough of your time today. I will see you in the future. And you should subscribe to my channel and do whatever people do to get notifications. And then write comments about fonts. And I will talk to you later. Do all those things. Go to remedy667.com and play around with some of these. Check them out. You're a cool person, and I think you're great. Sweet dreams!